Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be on red flags associated with doing in-person drop-offs for hair orders or any products for that matter. I've been letting you all know that I have a new website. It's not taking the place of my hair website, which is badchickhair.com. Check that out down below if you are interested in drop shipping options, wholesale options, or if you're interested in being mentored by myself. However, I do have another website. It's called keepingupwithbrittney.com. Now on that website, I have a form at the bottom where you can submit questions and you can submit different comments or topics that you want me to talk about in a video. And so I've been getting quite a few requests to do videos in regards to hair orders. Not even just hair orders, but more specifically hair on hand orders, like doing drop-offs and meeting up with clients for hair exchanges and things like that. So, or hair sales, I should say. So if you are interested in the red flags that I'm gonna go over, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. I'm looking down because I'm actually trying to find my notes in my phone here. I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping they're not in this phone that I'm recording on. Let me find the notes. I'm probably gonna edit some of this off. Okay, I have it right here. So red flags when it comes to meeting up to sell hair. So I did a video, you'll probably see that video before this one, but the video that I'm referring to is a video that I talked about the pretty much pros and cons of doing drop-off orders. I gave you my opinion. I let you know if it's something that I do, when I would do it, how I would recommend doing it if it's something that you're interested in, and how I prioritize my orders in terms of quality over quantity. I'm no longer driven by how many orders I can get per se if it doesn't make sense, especially if I can make more money doing less work, spending less gas, and taking less time online. So you kind of have to prioritize your day and become more structured and strategy based in order to really see the full potential that your business can bring. So I went over all of that in that video. If you're interested, I'll try to find it and link it down below, and you can watch that after this. But the first red flag that I'm going to go over is location. So if you're meeting up with someone and they're wanting to meet you at a location that you don't feel, always listen to your gut, always listen to your intuition, but that you don't feel is safe, I would say don't do it. If you're meeting up with someone and it's like a cash exchange where you're giving them the hair extensions and they're giving you cash, which I really don't recommend. I would highly recommend that them already purchase the hair, like through your website or through a PayPal invoice, or even a card reader on your phone, but not cash. I'll do a video on that if you want to know why and dive deeper into that. I have some experiences and some stories to go over with that too, but location. So I'd recommend meeting up in a localized or centralized area that you both agree on. So like a grocery store parking lot, a beauty supply store parking lot, some parking lot that has people that are going to be around. Because you really, a lot of times you don't know the people personally. Sometimes you do, but depending on who you're selling the hair to, you may not know them, and you just want to make sure you're as safe as possible. It is a red flag if someone's saying, hey, come to my house, and then you get to the house and you're like, hey, come in. You know, you kind of want to use your best judgment, your gut feeling, and your common sense. I wouldn't recommend going into anyone's house and selling them hair extensions if you don't know them. I wouldn't even recommend going into an unknown neighborhood by yourself. I would suggest your best bet being meet up in a parking lot with population. So with people, even if it's like a post office, if people are coming in, you know, in and out pretty frequently. It's a red flag if someone's wanting you to come only alone, like, hey, I don't want anyone else in the car with you. Sometimes people will say that over the phone, especially if you're like coming to their place of business. They may say, hey, please don't bring anyone with you. To me, it just makes me feel unsafe a little bit when I hear that. Sometimes I don't feel that gut feeling, and it's safe. But again, listen to your gut feeling, and it would be a red flag, in my opinion, if someone is stressing that you meet them alone, because you're already doing, I don't want to say you're doing them a favor because they purchased the hair and you're offering that option, but you're offering a special service, if you will, by being able to deliver the hair on hand. So if someone's doing that, I'm not going to say, hey, don't bring anyone with you, especially if you're coming to my house. Also, I'm not going to go into a house that I don't know. I'm not going to meet anyone in any dark alley. So just use your gut feeling and your best common sense and safety mindset when it comes to that. Don't trust everybody. Location is very important. Number 2, please make sure the order is finalized before you meet up. It is a red flag if someone is coming to you, walking to your car, for example, they haven't paid for the hair. They're asking, can they look at the hair first? They're inspecting the hair. They're saying they're going to go back and show such and such that's in their car, or they're going to run upstairs and show such and such, or they want to check this bundle with other textures that they have upstairs from another company. And you just trust that there's a chance that you may not see those bundles again. There have been people that have been scammed out of products that yield a much lower profit than hair. So if they will do that with those products, then you best believe people will try with extensions as well. Actually, I was watching a Judge Judy episode the other night, and it was about hair extensions. And it was a story very similar to the story I told like 4 years ago, where someone placed an order with their credit card and I didn't verify it. I was super, super excited. I didn't really make sure that the order name matched the shipping name. I believe that's how it went, but it's been 4 years or 3 years at this point. And they ended up winning the chargeback, and they kept my bundles. I have a story on that here on YouTube. So I'll try to find that one below too and link it down below this video. But long story short, there's court cases out there for people finding ways to get bundles that they haven't paid for. So people are always thinking of crafty ways to not play it by the book. And so it's very important when you are meeting someone for a sale that you make sure the order is finalized. So what that means is they already have their texture, they already have everything like ordered, the texture, the length, the quantity, everything is already ordered, solidified. All I have to do is drop it off. Preferably, they've already even paid for it. And then another thing that you want to avoid is if their order isn't solidified or finalized, them going back and forth and saying, hey, do you have any of the deep wave on hand? Well, never mind. I know I ordered straight, but what about the kinky curly? And so now you're doing something where you're bringing out a lot of inventory, or maybe you're popping your trunk and you have other inventory. And it can be a situation where you are putting yourself at a greater risk of being taken advantage of or wasting time. Because if you show everybody what you have and someone's intentions are to take what they haven't paid for, you're showing them right there everything, you know what I mean? And it's taking longer time. So that would be a red flag for me if someone is wanting to meet up and not have their order finalized, or if they have ordered these bundles, but then when you're in their presence, they're stalling on giving you the money. Again, I don't recommend cash orders. They're stalling, fumbling around looking for a credit card that it appears that they don't have for their card reader, or they're struggling trying to log into their PayPal. They're like, oh, I don't remember the password. I've had people do that to me, and I'm like, okay, well, when you do remember, please give me a call or email me, and I'll see what we can do at that point to rearrange the delivery or ship it out for you. So please make sure the order is finalized before you meet up. That definitely could be an issue if you don't. The other red flag that I would consider if I'm looking at meeting someone to sell hair is if someone's asking me to bring a lot more than they ordered. So they're like, hey, I have a friend here and she's interested in starting wholesale. She may want to buy 15 bundles. Can you bring the 2 bundles that I ordered along with 15 bundles so she can see if she wants to purchase it? That's another red flag. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring out only what you have ordered. I don't let people know how much hair I have in the car, where I'm going next, how many, who else placed an order that I have to drop it off, or that I'm going to next after I drop their order off, what textures I have with me. I'm bringing exactly what you ordered. And that just really makes sure, it just really ensures that the transaction is as smooth as it possibly can be. And it provides just safety and security on both parties. So, I don't have to worry about if my inventory being taken. I don't have to worry about accidentally giving her the wrong texture, or it just simplifies everything. So just only bring what you have ordered. Please don't bring more out in hopes of selling more, or in hopes that someone else is going to buy something. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it professional. And then the next point that I wanted to go to is set clear expectations on accepted payment methods. So if you don't accept cash and you explain to them that, hey, I'm bringing a card reader, I just accept credit or debit at this point for on-hand orders, for delivery orders, and then you get there and they're like, hey, all I have is cash. Are you going to take it or what? Because some people do that too, thinking that you traveled that distance and you're not going to want to go back empty-handed, which you don't. The whole purpose of you going there was for you to sell and make your money. So of course you don't want to go all the way back, waste the gas and time with your product and no money. You know what I mean? So some people will try to take advantage of that and say, hey, I don't have my card with me. You want the cash or not? So what I would do is I would set clear expectations upon arrival. That's why I also mentioned that it's really important to try and secure that sale, even with the payment, before you drop off hair extensions. Like for me personally, at this point, I wouldn't even drop off extensions if the extensions aren't paid for. Like if you haven't placed your order and the order is already, solid, like it's completed, then I'm not coming out for a maybe or a what if. Now, if you know the person, that's your choice. If you want to try to, it's your choice, period. But if you know the person, sometimes, you're a little lax on the rules. But for me, I just like to make sure I have clear expectations on payment methods that I do accept. And if I ran into an issue where I didn't secure the order and the order wasn't paid for before I arrived, and I'm in a position where my client or customer is saying, hey, I don't have anything but cash, then I would actually probably, I'm trying to think what I would do, because I wouldn't want to go all the way back, but I'd probably take the cash, even though I wouldn't want to. And there's a lot of reasons as to why you don't want to. And again, I can make another video, but I'd probably take the cash, make sure the cash was legitimate. And then at that point, I would not do another delivery service for that particular customer or client because they didn't follow through with the expectations. That's probably what I would do, but I wouldn't want to do it that way. Now, the last red flag that I want to go over is something I already said at the beginning of the video, is trust your intuition. I don't know, it's just something about your gut feeling, it's just something about that inner voice. Lately, I have been just really in tune with following my intuition, because I used to feel like, and I talk a lot about this on my Girl Talks on Patreon, but I used to feel like, unsure, like, how do I know if this is God talking to me? How do I know if this is like a legitimate gut feeling that I'm having? Like, how do I know if I should follow this? How do I know if it's just me being nervous, And sometimes it can take some maturing and growing to do before you're actually confident and you trust yourself. And the longer that I stay in business, the longer I see the importance of trusting myself. There will be different business decisions or orders that will come my way, and I'll be like, I really don't think this is I don't think I should really do this venture, or maybe I shouldn't collab with this company, or I shouldn't do this order. And I would go ahead and do it, and then something would happen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I knew I shouldn't have done this. Like and it's like it's a punch right to my gut, because it's like, not only did what I intended to do not work, it's like I knew better. I felt like I shouldn't have did it, but I still decided to do it just because I decided to ignore my intuition. So if you have intuition about a certain order and something's telling you don't go, I would listen to it. You don't have to have all the proof as to why you shouldn't go, why you shouldn't do this cash order. It's up to you if you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to deliver products, especially if you're an e-commerce business, because you typically don't. A lot of e-commerce businesses, some deliver, some don't. But if you primarily sell hair online and you're making an exception on actually, being able to deliver, that's another service that you're offering. I wouldn't put yourself in a bind where you're like, I have to do every delivery order that I get. Even if you order a pizza, for example, there are some places, some houses that pizza companies don't deliver to. Like, they're just not en route. They don't make sense for that store. So, and there's some places that, some houses you just can't get pizza delivered to from that certain company, period, because it's not on any of their routes. You know what I mean? So you just have to follow your intuition and make sure that you're doing what's best to keep you safe and that makes sense for your business while serving your customers and clients, if that makes sense. So I really hope this video helped. If you have any other questions or any other videos that you'd like me to go over, any other video ideas or content ideas, leave them down below or go to my website, which is keepingupwithbrittney.com. Scroll all the way down and type in your comment or your question as to what you want me to do a video on, and I'll be more than happy to review it and possibly do a video on it. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.